Now we're going to actually move over to NCSC again, and I'm going to introduce Chris Ensor, Deputy Director for Cyber Skills and Growth. He's going to hopefully tell us a bit about the NCSC's new approach to innovation. Chris, over to you.
Oh, thanks, Reid. Yeah, I'm Chris Ensor, one of the Deputy Directors of the National Cyber Security Centre, and I'm responsible for the NCSC Accelerator. So over the last 10 years, we've had 2 cybersecurity strategies, and both of those have challenged GCHQ to use its expertise and brand to support that broader prosperity agenda. That's led to the creation of 2 innovation centres, one in London, Lorca, and one in Cheltenham, which is the one I've been involved in. And really, the central part of the Cheltenham Innovation Centre has been the NCSC Accelerator. And over the last 4 years, we've engaged with 40 companies who between them have raised £100 million in revenue. So I think, that's been a fantastic success. Why are we different? Well, NCSC's mission is to make the UK a safe place to live and work online. And we have people out every day working with sectors within the critical infrastructure, with government, with charities, with schools, with all those kind of areas, and we see the problems organisations have, and that plus our expertise, I think, gives us some pretty unique insights. And I think, really, for me, that's why we're different. We have those insights and we have the expertise, and bringing those together, I think, is kind of where magic happens. And if we can find, companies out there with ideas that kind of solve some of those problems, then, that's really where magic happens. And for me, it is all about finding, those unique ideas that can either stop or reduce the harm that we see every day. Every day you will see headlines and newspaper reports and on the news about another cyber attack. We want to find ideas that will really either stop those happening, or when they do happen, because they're kind of inevitable, how can we reduce the harm of when that happens? And I think, really smart cities are a really good example. If we take the theme of today, and if I look back across our cohorts, if I look across our alumni, because we're building a great community of talented companies with some great ideas. If I look across them, then, there's quite a number of them that fit into that smart city space. And it's a talent that we can then dip into when we're trying to understand some of the problems, we're trying to solve some of the problems smart cities have. And I'm often asked, what is GCHQ going to do with these companies? What is it? And sometimes, actually, for the majority of companies, just helping them through the accelerator and helping them to grow and think about their ideas is exactly what we do. Remember, our mission is to make the UK a safe place to live and work online. And having companies out there who can help do that is exactly what we try to do. But just occasionally, they will align what their ideas are thinking about, and some of the research we are doing will align. And often, where that happens, we will extend our relationship with them. And again, here's a bit of an example where that has happened, where, we've worked with some large organisations, but also some of the smaller companies we've found to come up with some, to explore some of the challenges that you have when you're kind of trying to secure something as complex as a smart city. But tonight, I really want to look forward. Because, over the last 4 years, we've learned an awful lot about how you run an accelerator, how you work with small companies. And I think, that in itself is interesting. You bring a large government department, particularly a security department, with those companies, and you learn an awful lot. So looking forward, so today we launch NCSC for Startups. And this takes over from the NCSC Accelerator. And it pulls together a lot of the lessons that we've learned over the last 4 years. It's also a great opportunity to introduce a new partner. And this new partner is a consortium. It's a consortium of local and national talent led by Plexel. Great new opportunities with that. So it's my great pleasure this evening to introduce you to Sarge Huck. Sarge, tell us about Plexel, tell us about your role, and tell us about some of your partners.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. And hello, everyone. So I'm Sarge Huck, Director of Innovation at Plexel, and we have the privilege and are delighted to be leading and working with the NCSC to deliver NCSC for Startups, which we're launching today. As Chris has just alluded to, in delivering NCSE for startups, we've assembled a market-leading team, and which comprises local and regional expertise with national and international reach. That expertise, I'm happy to say, includes CyNam, of course, and we're delighted to be part of this fantastic event today, as well as Hub 8, the melting pot, the physical melting pot of ideas and collaboration in Cheltenham, together with industry leaders in Deloitte and QA, to really add differentiated value to the UK cybersecurity ecosystem through this new program. So why are we so excited, not just to deliver this initiative, but also to be here in Cheltenham? Well, quite simply, this is where it's at for cybersecurity in the UK. This is where the expertise is. This is where the capability is deep. This is where the density of talent is rich. And that's why we're here. And this is an incredibly exciting place to launch a business, to grow a business, to build a business, and to succeed in business in cybersecurity. And that's why we've brought together this team, and we're delighted to be working with the NCSC, as I've said. So, NCSC for startups, what does that entail, and why is that such a unique and exciting opportunity for cybersecurity startups? Well, quite simply, we want to take those insights, which Chris has mentioned, and those ideas and expertise, which is world-leading, and pair it with the businesses who have the highest potential to develop and support and enable products to get to market, which can be the best products and help address the most critical market needs in cybersecurity, both now and into the future. That's it. That's why this is such a unique opportunity for cybersecurity founders and startups across the UK to really immerse yourself in this ecosystem. So what do we mean by pairing insights, expertise with products? Well, we want to explore and prove new concepts with emerging businesses who have emerging technologies, and they're looking for ideas and guidance of how to apply those and where best to apply those. We want to pivot technologies into cybersecurity and across the cybersecurity domain to try and address emerging market needs and try and explore new applications of technologies. And we also want to work with our range of partners to support in applying those solutions to specific use cases and solving specific problems. And this program is going to be problem-centric and focused on helping products be the best that they can be, and therefore startups become the best that they can be. And that's why we're so excited to have this opportunity, and we're really, really looking forward to working with the next wave of innovators who will come through our virtual and physical doors in Cheltenham. So, how do you get involved? Well, we are calling on applicants to get in touch, and Chris will go into a few more details shortly about how you will engage with the program. But I just wanted to emphasize the opportunity here for startups. So simply, we're looking for those who want to work with this community and work in this ecosystem. We're looking to support you to do that. So thank you very much, and I'll hand back to Chris.
Thanks, Serge. And it's really great, actually, to be able to work with you sort of firsthand, because you've been running Lorca now for the last couple of years. And of course, that was set up by our colleagues in the Digital Culture, Media and Sport department. And I've sort of worked with you from afar, but I think the fact that you're now in Cheltenham and you're going to be working with us on NCSE for startups is really quite exciting. And I think the mix of that, a set of national organisations and local organisations gives us a whole new set of things we can experiment with. And I do love a good experiment. Let's test out some new things. And I think for me, the good example of that is, we had feedback to say we used to run in cohorts. Mm-hmm. So we'd put out a challenge, and then we'd have a group of companies in, and we'd work with them for 6 months, 9 months, or whatever. And the feedback we were getting was that it's too rigid. There's not enough flexibility in that. Mm-hmm. And I think the new approach where we'll have a much more open door and be much more flexible and agile. So as problems arise, I can envisage, we've got a particular problem that's arising, let's open the door and let's see what's out there. And we can bring them in much quicker and have a much more rich experience.
It's a really good point, Chris, and actually that's why this new program, I should also say, is that it caters to a whole range of maturity of companies. So it's relevant for many because it's so specific on the problem that we're trying to address. We're looking for businesses from really early stage all the way through to more mature companies as well to join us.
And if there was one, if there's one lesson you'd learned, from your experiences down in Lorca and down in London, what do you think it would be?
Yeah, I think cybersecurity is sometimes a challenging domain to innovate in because identifying those needs, the market, what the market really needs is quite tricky. Cybersecurity typically is a topic that a lot of companies don't really want to talk about the problems they're having because of the nature of the subject and the sensitivity of it. So therefore, that's why I think the insights which the NCSC brings to this, it's so powerful in really catalysing that development. And therefore, for startups to actually be so close to the needs by working with us on that, I think that will make a real difference. And for those startups that we've worked with before through Lorca, those who have been needs-led and market-orientated, are obviously the ones who have done very, very well.
You said innovating in cybersecurity is different, and I think you're right, because a lot of things we're trying to do in cybersecurity is actually mitigate the risks that have come about through maybe not great engineering or holes that have been left. And that is slightly different to what normal innovation is about. It's about pulling something together quite quickly, so that you can show a customer and show, but this is a bit different, isn't it?
Absolutely. I've said this a few times before that I think the concept of a minimal viable product doesn't work in cybersecurity. You can't go to market with a minimal viable product because it will cause so many problems and it will create new risks. And that's why you do really need to work with the experts and develop robust solutions, especially in such a complicated area.
Yeah, certainly introducing a security product, you think, it's going to improve my security. But then it actually has some vulnerabilities in it. Yeah. And so it actually reduces your security. So you almost get that false sense of confidence, I think, that you're actually managing a risk. And that's why I think it's so interesting and fascinating working in innovation in cybersecurity. It is very different.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we are open for business. The new chapter has opened. It's really exciting. If you have any ideas that you think will solve some of the problems that we have today, I'm going to put up the address. Please get in touch with us, and we look forward to myself and Sarge look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.